Hello divas, dudes, and dolls, I'm Caricature, and welcome back to my pristine, proud, and pragmatic little review show, Very Slay, where we go over each and every one of the runways of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16. This week we saw the queens doing a lovely little funky political anthem, and on the runway they delivered true colors themed looks, just a full monochromatic moment. I was kind of hoping that everybody was going to be doing an individual color, kind of like Season 4's Pride Boat Challenge, but I think the way that they lined this up in order of like chromatic stuff was really cute, and I enjoyed that a lot. They looked really lovely standing in a line. Now, for those who are new to the channel, when we get into these looks, if I think it's just passable, it gets the job done, it's a look that exists, but it's nothing incredible, we give it an okay. If I think it is the equivalent to the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, we give it a slay. And if I find it isn't over the rainbow and is quite in fact in Kansas, then we give it an A. No offense to any Kansas residents watching this. I just mean Wizard of Oz, Kansas, not the actual state. I'm sure it's lovely, I've never been. Cut to me getting a letter from the government in Kansas saying that I'm banned from the state for calling them drab. Well, I don't know the politics of this state, so maybe I wouldn't be allowed to be there anyway because I'm trans. Woohoo! But now that we've got that all taken care of, let's get into these colorful little looks this week. Did I not change scenes for any of that? Love that for me. And quite frankly, I don't want to go through and record all of my opinions again. This week is going to be a little off kilter. Technical difficulties. I am about at my wit's end on my last brain cell, trying to do just about anything. Honestly, you're lucky I remembered how to put on a lash today, let alone film my content properly. First up, we have Maya Iman LePage. Easily the best thing she's ever worn on this show. Red is her color. This is gorgeous. Her makeup looks phenomenal. I love the red glitter in the blush. It looks so good. So good. Just everything hits the right spots. I love how rhinestone this is. It sparkles on the runway in a really gorgeous way. And I really love the hair on this. It's a really great proportion and it looks phenomenal on her. She looks stunning. My one problem with this look are the feathers. The trim on the skirt I think is fine. I think it's very effective actually. It's the feathers on the butt that I don't like. They're not necessary. I think had she gotten rid of those, it would have been an even better look. But it is a great look to begin with. It's again my favorite thing she's worn so far. So I'm absolutely giving Miss Maya a slay. Up next we have Nymphia Wind in yellow. Surprise, surprise. And she's giving us this sort of Carmen Miranda, Josephine Baker, banana samba girl look. I think it's really well done. It's really gorgeous. I love the headpiece. I love the banana jewelry and the bras, the color palettes on the gloves as well. Honestly, I think the ruffle on the glove is my favorite part of this whole thing. Not because it's not yellow, but because it's just enough of a color difference to really make everything else pop. Just the little bits of green throughout the look, I think is a really smart choice. Visually, it's just a really great composition, really great structure, and it moves really well too. This is a slay, absolutely. Up next we have Plain Jane in green with this nude illusion, very pageanty gown. This is a style on her that I didn't think we were really gonna see. I don't really think of Plain as a pageant girl. This is something I would absolutely see at a US of A pageant. This is so sleek, it's so fitted to her body. I do love the way she's treated the nude illusion aspect of this. I think the front is more successful than the back. I love the way that the little veiny tree branch roots situation. I love that is a design element, but I almost wish there was more of that through the skirt, or that the triangle stuff was brought up into the top a little bit more, because when it's just like the more natural shapes and lines up top and then it just turns into blocks as it gets down towards the bottom, I think there was a way you could have blended those two ideas together a little bit more seamlessly. And for me, that takes the look down a little bit, but it's still gonna be a slay because it's still really well done. Up next, we have Saphira Crystal. This is phenomenal. This is Regency, this is glamour, this is every single thing I could want and more. This is my favorite look she's worn so far this season, and I'm still left sitting here wondering, how in the hell did she pack anything this season? I just don't understand how she managed to get it all tight. She must have vacuum sealed like everything. So I'm waiting for her masterclass series where Saphira teaches luggage packing to drop. So masterclass, if anybody who works there happens to watch this, there's a product idea for you. Get on it. And Saphira, if you happen to be watching it, that's content, mama. Like, put it out. Teach us your ways, because if there's one thing I would love to learn how to do better, it's pack drag for traveling, because let me tell you, you all don't know stress until you travel with drag, trying to pack it all in a way that you still have your civilian clothes and your makeup and your hair and everything else. It's a lot. Teach me your ways. Everything about this, from the silhouette to the color to the fabric choice, this is phenomenal on stage. I did not expect at all for the skirt to be a tearaway or to, like, you know, be removable. There's not a single thing I could fault about this. The gold detailing, the chains, the little ruffle bit that's up on the torso in this bodice is so phenomenal. She looks like a dream. Like, there's nothing I could say about this look that isn't positive. I'm giving her a slay. Up next, we have Dawn, who is in navy and giving us this little kind of sleepy sheep elf creature. I really like it. There's something really darling about it. She looks like a plush toy that I would have had in my bedroom as a kid. I love the way that she kind of has this long nightcap and the sleeves all kind of echoing together. I actually really like the print on this too. It's really sweet. It's really darling. It's really whimsical and childlike, and I think that kind of leans into the fantasy realm that Dawn has. I will say, I am getting just a little bit tired of the perpetual hip cutouts that she's wearing week after week after week. And I think that for that reason, that for me, that kind of knocks it down a little bit. I know people online are getting frustrated because Q always has like a panty or a bodysuit or something. It's a similar cut every single week. She changed it this week. And Dawn hasn't worn the hip cutouts every single time. I'm not saying that she has, but she has worn it enough times that I've noticed it this week. I think that the Dawn has a lot of really great ideas here. I think the silhouette could have been exaggerated just a little bit more. Some of the ruffles could have been a little bit bigger, even the ones on the hip cutouts. I think that would have made it just all the better, but I'm still giving her a slay. Up next, we have Q in this lavender moment. Now, I loved this hat. I love the fact that the hat is entirely fringe around the brim. It's not just a hat with a fringe attached to it. She changed her silhouette from the panty look this week, so I'm excited about that. I think that it's not one of her stronger looks in the competition. I do really like the pants. I think the ruffle treatment on them is interesting. It looks cool, especially with the fringe. I think on its own, the pants I wouldn't normally like that much, but because of the movement of the fringe as she walks and just the use of directional line on these pants, the way it all kind of moves in tandem with the fringe as she walks, I think is really cool and really adds a dynamic element to these pants that are quite static on their own. So I enjoyed that. I hate this bra though. I think the bra on its own would have been fine. Maybe like add a little bit of the ruffle element to it from the pants just to kind of tie that all together, or do a little bit of the beaded fringe just hanging off of it. But this like sheer thing that she's got on top of it, I don't think is effective. That being said, it's not enough for me to give this look anything less than a slay. And finally, we have Morphine Love Dion in purple, looking ravishing. I love this hat. I love the cut of this. This is such a gorgeous color on her. I love how sheer it is, but it's still stoned. It just looks so, so good. It's so light and airy and delicate. She looks like she's from a music video. I'm not sure what she'd be in a music video for, or what the artist would be, but I think it looks great. I think aside from her pussycat look, this is probably my favorite thing I've seen her in so far. Gorgeous, it fits her well. It's very in line with her brand. And I think it is just phenomenally made. So I'm giving it a slay as well. Just pretend that now that we've done all the looks, it's time to come back to this scene like we've been on the other one all along. Ooh, magic of editing. I don't know what you all are talking about. We were totally in that other scene the entire time. Yes, I will gaslight you all into thinking I did not forget to change scenes. For the first time, every single look in a Very Slay episode gets a slay. I didn't think any of these looks were anything less. it is now time to pick our slay of the day. And I think without a shadow of a doubt, this week it's going to Sapphira Cristál. This is phenomenal, gorgeous, another week where I couldn't imagine giving slay of the day to anybody else. So congratulations, Sapphira. This is now her second, I guess technically third. I'm gonna be adding the promo looks for the Meet the Queens videos into my slay of the season video. And Sapphira took that for me as well. So we will see her at least 3 times, maybe even more, in that final video after we've crowned a new winner. As always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that little notification bell so you can be among the first to know when each and every new Very Slay drops, along with any other gaming content or any other project or fun little thing I decide to do for you all. I'm gonna be dealing with some kind of weird editing things coming up pretty soon. Some scheduled changes are gonna be happening just for a little week or so because I will be going out of town for PAX East. So we're gonna be recording some episodes from the hotel room. I may wrangle in a friend to help out, so we may have a special guest for the episode as well. We'll just have to see. Until then, be sure to go out there, stay kind, stay queer, and be sure that your day is very slay.